Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I know before we start the show, I'm going to take Mr. Ramon and myself out so we can pay homage to a very special family. Our hearts and love go out to the Robinson family at this time as they deal with one of our newest members to the HBCU family, Ms. Zoe Robinson, and her passing. However, we will be celebrating life. For her on April 2nd here in San Antonio and at another date in New Orleans, Louisiana. So our hearts and love go out to the family. We wish them love, condolences. However, I will put some links at the end of our show today. Her family wish that if you are to make donations, it go to a special fund for one of her friends who passed of cancer. So we're going to do like a moment of silence and tribute to Zoe. Mic is muted. Oh no. Hello. Oh my goodness. What happened? I'm doing too much. So hey, Mr. Sinclair, we have not been on here in a long while, but I do miss you. I miss you, bro. I ain't talked to you in so long. We had so much happen. We have so many updates, and the list goes on. So how are you?
It's been about 30 years since I last seen you.
It has not been that long, but it's been okay. Maybe not. Maybe about a couple weeks.
What, 2 weeks? It's only been 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
It's only been 2 weeks. So yeah. So yes, HBCU family, we're back, and of course we're going to get you up to point on some updates that's happening in our beloved culture, and just talk any and everything HBCU. So I'm good, Mo. Just doing some domesticating here at the house and doing a little reading, getting some catch-up work done for grad, because your brother graduating, so I got to make sure I get this work in. Yeah. So getting some work in so I can get this degree and be a graduate of Delaware State University. I'm not only going to be a Tiger, a Panther, I'm going to be a Hornet as well, Mo. So I'm kind of excited about that, getting the second degree in sports administration so that, we can make an impact athletically for our nieces and nephews coming to the HBCU realm and seeing what I can input athletically as well as what we do academically into this HBCU culture. So I'm excited. Just got to get caught up from all this traveling because, it seems as if, Mo, we've been doing as much traveling in the HBCU community as we do in the fall. And as well as I do, fall is super heavy for travel for recruiters. But of course, as we progress through COVID, schools are opening up. So the request for PV has been bananas. So your brother's been out here gaining them frequent flyer miles and them gas points. Trust and believe.
Oh wow. I was sitting here in the background and look like my backup device died. So if I come off camera again, I went to go get my charger. I know. That's how long it's been.
Right.
It's like, really, girl, you need to charge it because you can't really see the screen most of the time. So you be sitting there looking. But it happens. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. But yes, we have been doing a lot of footwork, a lot of business connections, a lot of great things. But before I get started, did you know what happened in San Antonio yesterday?
I heard it was something live in San Antonio. I'm disappointed I couldn't make it, but I was in Austin doing what I does. But yeah, I heard y'all had a little something going on there. Tell us about it.
Let me tell you, it was so nice. I met like 30 new HBCU friends. We had I don't know who put the water in, but it was Howard deep yesterday. I don't know. Usually it's Southern, but we had people from everywhere. I was so excited. If I miss out on my taffy apple grapes from Miss Crystal,
right?
It was a party, but she gave me some as I went out the door because She loves me.
She knows. Yeah, she knows what that does. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. I didn't know it was that many folks representing HU in San Antonio. That's good.
Man, we had Howard, Hampton, Wilberforce, Southern, Grambling. I hope I'm not missing nobody. Alcorn. Alcorn was kind of deep too. About 5 of them.
Okay.
Then and they just was Stillman.
Okay.
I said, "Whoa, where are these people coming from?" But it was so nice. It was like, after a while we was running out of tables, and I was just so excited because
That's good.
anytime I'm able to hang with my HBCU sisters and brothers, it goes down. So I was very excited. It was nice turnout, good food, good conversation, good connections. We also met some people that want to help with the HBCU send-off. That is, San Antonio, we host it, but kids from Austin, Houston, any surrounding area city are welcome. They just got to give us the information. Yes, it was nice. The pictures are actually, if you join the page, San Antonio HBCU Network, you can see the pictures from yesterday, and we have another upcoming event because we want to keep it going. We don't want to just keep talking about stuff. We want to create a bond and a culture so that it strengthens numbers. I'm just saying. So yes, shout out to my San Antonio HBCU Network folks, Carmentia, Cedric. I know you know Cedric. He's everywhere.
Yeah. Look, it's so funny you say that. Cedric must have a teleporter somewhere because guess who was in Austin?
Really?
Well, we know it's just a 2-hour difference. But yeah, Cedric and I rapped a little bit in Austin, and he came and dapped me up, and we spoke a little bit when he got there, and then on his way out, I guess now I know he was on his way out to come kick it with you. Yeah, and you thought I was everywhere. I ain't everywhere. Cedric is everywhere.
Yeah, he is. And then I looked on the thing. I was like, oh God, I forgot what school Cedric at. Bethune. I said, no wonder he got that Anthony energy. Everybody from Bethune be like, they can teleport anywhere.
Right. I need me one for real.
You need a teleporter or a
teleporter?
I can't with you. I can't.
I started building one, but I need some dilithium crystals for all those folks down with.
I can't with you. I just can't. But no, and honestly, I have been really busy, and I don't like to brag about me because it's never about me. It's always about my kids and things that they do. But oh my God, since we've been on break, you're like, what did you do?
You see me waiting. I'm like, what? Yeah, what? Yeah.
Since we've been on break, I finished my 3rd book. I've also finished up some classes. Got the stuff situated for the scholarship, and please apply for that scholarship. It's the easiest scholarship you could ever want to apply for. All you have to do is write. All you have to have is a 2.0. There's no reason why you can't get this scholarship unless they don't select your writing. And it's only going to be this year. I'm aiming for 2 winners. I don't read the essay just like last year. They just tell me, usually the day of who won. So that's why you probably don't get stuff right away because they know I'm connected to all the kids. Like last year, it was last year's winner. It was tough. I wanted to know so bad. I kept saying, well, who won anyway? And they're like, no, ma'am, you're not going to know to the day of the show. So they called me and put the name across the screen. So please, it's a Takesha A. Davis scholarship in honor of my deceased sister who had a passion for education, and she loved kids. Actually, being real transparent on this Sunday with y'all, she taught me how to love because I used to be mean as heck for no reason. So
used to.
When she said I was liaison love, no, never. But yes, she did. Like she is the reason why my heart is so big now. So yes.
That's what's up.
Why are you looking like that, Sinclair? Don't do me like that.
Rest in peace. No, it's just funny because I know you. That's why I laugh. I'm like, used to. But no, that's good.
Really? I am not. So
you're not. No, you're not. That's why I'm laughing. No, you're not.
If you are interested in the scholarship, go to my link tree. I think I should put the link in the chat.
Yep,
I can
that'll
put
help.
the link in the chat. That'll help you out a little bit, just a little bit. The link is in the chat. When you go to the link tree, it's the flashing one that says Takesha A. Davis Scholarship. Apply, upload your information, and good luck. It's $500. Probably the easiest $500 you will ever receive in a scholarship. And guess what?
Go.
It's yours. You don't have to spend it on anything because that's the stipulation I put on there. You can spend it on anything as long as it applies to your education. So you get school supplies, you can get dorm room essentials.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
Hey, we out there in them streets, Mr.
Yes, indeed. In them streets.
In them streets.
In them streets.
This is the link if you want to apply for the scholarship, if you want to pass the information on. Guys, like Mr. Sinclair said off air, playtime is over. March usually is when most of the scholarships are given out. I think this year they're kind of giving you extended time, over the extended time, but real talk, get your apps and scholarships in. Quit playing, quit being lazy, quit depending on your parents.
Quit being lazy.
But this scholarship, that's your education you're gonna get. So I'm sorry, this is the what you saw, this the the transparent talk. It's not the
right.
Nice
That heart to heart, family to family talk. That keeping it 100, keeping it a buck. But students, parents, April 1st, the extended deadline that most universities are going by. The traditional deadline was March 1st. So if you still have some students that are indecisive, playtime is over because in a minute, fall will be here, and it'll be time for you to get them prepared to head to whatever their prospective campuses are. So again, and I answered a lot of questions when I was at Austin at Manor High School and Manor ISD, one of my high schools. Got a lot of questions, and some of them were similar. For all of those of you that are graduating seniors, of course, Monique and I send out our love. We're proud of you. Congratulations. If you hadn't decided yet what you're going to do, you better quit playing. April 1st is right around the corner. So that means you have to get your full application in, application fee, whatever that is for your prospective school. If they have fee waivers, and that means you've taken the ACT, SAT, or NACAC, you need to submit that if you're using a fee waiver. You need your test scores and your transcripts April 1st. They extended the deadline, and that's pretty much for all of the HBCU families. And, after April 1st, I don't know what to tell you. So if you're serious about this here, if you're serious about becoming one of the family members in our grand and vainglorious and beloved HBCU culture, let's go. It's time to get it in April 1st. And, of course, scholarships. A lot of the merit-based scholarships, those were due the beginning of the year, actually before the new year in December. So come on, you guys are behind, and now you're going to be rushing and playing catch-up. So let's go. Let's get it in. It's important, as they say. Very. So let's go. Let's go. What you doing back there, Mo?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to go get my charger. I told you the charger died.
You and that charger. Oh, also, since Mo is getting her charger, make sure you guys visit the campuses. You got summer to check them out, preferably before you decide on where you're going. That's where a lot of your decision making is going to come from, visiting campus. So if you have your list together of schools that you're interested in attending, please do make this a family outing. Make this a family effort. You guys get out, go to the school's prospective websites, check out the campus tours, reserve the day, RSVP, and get to the campus so you can actually check it out. That is part of your and this is another question that Monique and I often get, the HBCU experience question, which might all of a sudden now be one of the top 5 questions we get. Tell me about the experience. We can't tell you about the experience. That's something that you have to be a part of yourself for it to be your experience. But that's another one of those questions, Mo, that these administrators in education, these advisors, and some of these teachers are asking the students to ask us. Tell me about the experience. I can't tell you about the experience. That's something
You
for
should
you.
ask them to define that for you.
No, I do, and they can't.
Like,
They
what do you
can't.
mean by experience? I mean, that's
Tell me. Well, this is from a child. I'm about to go into my child voice. You ready?
I'm ready.
What it's like. What is it like? Tell me about really.
And they're probably serious.
And they
And
are, but again, this is where they're missing that vital piece of information that either the parents or the advisors aren't telling them. No one can tell you. I can tell you my experience. Of course, if they ask you, you can tell them yours. But the experience is something that you have to be related to. So that means the pre-experience exposure is taking tours. And I think we got that covered now. We'll touch base with them on that later on, Mo. So yeah, we even got that covered, guys. The family, we got you covered. But yeah, get to your campuses this summer, especially if you're juniors, specifically if you're sophomores and seniors, you should already know where you're going. So sophomores and juniors, get to the HBCU campuses that you're interested in so you can check them out. And that's your first pre-exposed experience to the HBCU culture.
well, see that's I guess where we're different because here you got a bad echo, brother.
Really? Well,
Yes,
I'm gonna put it on mute while you talk, and then when I talk, I'll just cut it on.
we are here at ABCU. We start scholars as young as because sometimes we have siblings, so we start scholars as young as like 7th grade, where they get to at least know about the colleges, but they can't come to like the secret chats or the secret meetings that we have where we're talking, amongst our seniors. Like my seniors, I'm so hard on them, but I'm proud of them. This year's seniors kick butt. Like they have their trackers updated. They can tell me who accepted them, who didn't accept them. The parents are wonderful. So we start young, but you have to. So I guess I'm seeing both sides. I see your side as a recruiter, and then I see their side as coming. And you're correct. They need to be educated when they get there so they know what to ask.
Right. But let me correct it. I'm with you 100%. But as far as the experience when that idea is put in their mind when they decided to ask that, and that's a prominent question now. Oh no, I'm agreeing with you 100%. You expose them in middle school because middle school is when you need to start presenting that picture to them. That's why we have middle school day at Prairie View, and I'm actually excited Wednesday. Yeah, because it's our middle school day. Yeah, I'm so excited. I get to be with my little ones, the little ankle biters. So it's going to be fun Wednesday, and it's good to see them out, especially with these past 2 years of just mental anguish. So no, I'm a 100% with you, but we're getting that question more so from these students within this last year about, tell me about the HBCU experience. I can't do that. That's something, again, as you were mentioning, that's a family ideology, and that you need to be exposed as soon as possible. Because let's take, for example, the comparison we talked about the last time, Mo. Here in the state of Texas, you can tell when these parents of the Anglos are encultured, indoctrinated into the field, because you see babies with Texas A&M gear on. You see babies and toddlers with Baylor gear on, with UTEP. So we have to do the same thing with our children. We have to expose them early. And it's a matter of pride. It's a matter of principle. If you're proud of your HBCU, expose that child. And I would add, don't just be a homer for your school, but there are different HBCU campuses that our children need to know about. And you see it in white culture. You see the little ones with, again, the Texas A&M shirts on, the Baylor shirts on, the UCLA shirts on. They couldn't tell you, but if you ask them where you going to school, they'll point at that shirt. And we need to do the same thing. So I'm with you on that. But yeah, that question is more prevalent within the last, I want to say, half a year, once everything opened back up and we started visiting campuses and doing events. That question is now one of the primary questions that is always humorous to me. Tell me about the experience. Really? Okay.
I'm just catching up on the chat stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. So yeah, definitely keep up with the dates. Again, apply. Make sure that you're getting your student ready, because in a minute, April will be here. For those of you that are rising seniors now, going into the last end of your junior year, you're going to be graduating seniors in a couple of months. Actually, when the summer or this semester is over, you're a senior. So
True. Not
let's
that
go.
long.
Not that long at all. So take the advantage of this time and let's visit some of these schools. Let's visit the 9 here in the state of Texas and go abroad. You have a school in Oklahoma. Go to Langston. You got Harris Stowe. We got a handful around here more, and a lot of students just didn't know. And I mentioned them, and they looked at me.
But it's exposure, like you said. And I've been in, like I said, I've been in San Antonio. This will probably be 5 years, and the presence isn't there in the schools. However, I'm gonna change that because I know some people watching might get mad. You graduate. Let me put it this way: we have HBCU graduates in education. However, they're not as bold as me. All of them not. I got 2 I work with. There's some pistols. They wear stuff like me, but everybody's not as bold.
Yeah,
and everybody's not as proud. If that makes sense.
Oh, it makes beautiful sense. That's why I said, for the parents, and again, look, this could be what most of the discussion this evening, where is the presence at in the home?
It's not.
Where is the pride? Is the discussion there about the importance of HBC? We haven't just become relevant. We've been relevant for 100 and something years.
True. Very true.
So
and this is some HBCU graduates who don't push the issue to send their kid. Oh, my kid likes how that school is. I'm going to send them there, and they'll send them to a PWI. I'm not knocking it. Definitely not. Because for some people, they need that to survive.
Right.
Right. Me, if I were to have a kid, they wouldn't have no choice. You got 105, 100,
105
whatever
choices.
the number may be that year to choose from.
Right. Exactly.
And it's not, but I know what works, because I can't put my finger on the statistics today, but I will put it in a newsletter. When you send a child to school and you send them to a different school, some of them, they just not going to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not knocking. You said as long as they get educated, good, but I would prefer it be an HBCU, because then they're going to be taught cultural lessons that they may not have gotten growing up.
And that's the key. The cultural lessons, again, our history, what makes us unique, what makes us powerful, what makes us a threat.
That part.
Right.
That part. And I guess, honestly, my eyes have been open, since we have been off, and I've been able to look at different things, research different things, talk to a couple of graduates, and just learn some stuff about people. And it's been like, oh, okay, no wonder why you like that, because that's what you think. It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
It is.
And some people, I just been cool on lately. They, hey, you ain't talking to me. You ain't this. I'm cool on you. I'm just not gonna talk to you. Like, bruh, you know me. I got too much stuff going on to be worried about silly stuff. So if you ain't talking about HBCUs and promoting and get the advocacy out there and helping HBCU for Premier Heritage or any of the other boards I'm on, I'm probably not listening to you.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. So and that's key, because especially the way the trend is, and this is something that will definitely poke people in the side. It will jab them in that kidney. Mm-hmm. College is now a trend, and it's not a good trend, because you have parents pushing kids to college, and the student doesn't necessarily want to go to college. And then you become embarrassed when you bring the student to me or some of the other HBCU family recruiters, and we're talking to the kid, and the kid doesn't have anything to say. What do you expect them to have to say, or her to say, when this is not their choice?
Honestly,
you're pushing them.
I don't think the communication is happening at home like it used to.
It's not. It's not
That's
at
my
all.
theory.
At all. No, yeah, we can probably, if we put it to research, we can probably come up with some quantifiable data. Because again, you're out there and I'm more so out there. I know, because
Yeah.
the student, you can't force your student to ask a question if they're not interested. But you're not having that conversation at home to ask the student, okay, after high school, what are your plans? So you went to, and you're a proud graduate of whatever school, and that's good for you. That was good for you. But you hadn't taken the time to ask your student what might be good for them. What do they want to do? Whether they want to hit the job market, whether they want to go and take a vocational skill, which we all know is paying better than most folks coming out of college. Let's just be real with it. Or going the option of the military.
True.
So you get embarrassed when the student's not asking questions, and I ask the student a question and they don't know. You can't get mad at your student because they don't know when it's not imposed. And I say imposed with love, the idea of HBCUs at home. You can't.
Do
Because
you,
I
I
see them.
mean, do you think it's from a sports aspect that they may be thinking of, or no?
I'm glad you asked it. That's a good question, because the event I was at the previous Thursday at one of my schools in Baytown, a parent was there, and this is the first thing out of this parent's mouth. And so I think it's a combination. More so, some think more athletically than academically, and I don't understand where that comes from. And I tell people all the time, with HBCUs, specifically Prairie View, since I'm the recruiter there, Prairie View is not football U. So, we actually graduate our male student athletes. We have the highest percentage of graduating Black males in this region of the country. So, but I digress. So this gentleman asked me, and it was me, and of course my sister school, Texas Southern, there. And of course, we were the only HBCUs there. Let me go ahead and put that asterisk on that. We're there. And so Quan and I, we do a lot of events here in the area. And so he said, yeah, what's going on, PV? PV, and of course, the proper response I give, for all the Panthers out there, what's up? And so he said, yeah, man, I got to come talk to you. I was like, cool, I'm here, come holler at me. Well, yeah, I got to get my son into PV for football or TSU.
For
You see the
what?
look I'm giving you, right? That's the look I
Yeah.
gave you. So nothing academically. You obviously don't know that PV is one of the top 25 HBCUs out of all 105. So you want to talk to me? Oh, and I guess if you don't get the right response from me for football, you're going to go over to my brother and ask him about football for TSU. Man, get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing academic, Mo. Nothing about, tell me about your outstanding nursing program. Tell me about your outstanding engineering program. Oh, man, agriculture. None of that. I need to come talk to you and TSU about football. Okay.
That I think that's the issue that we face here. Being Texas is a athletic town.
Right.
A lot of parents are blinded by the big lights and the big offers from the other schools, which I'm not knocking. However, this year, a lot of people are going to the HBCUs because, and I love it, trust me, I love it, that a lot of the ex-NFL players are becoming coaches.
Right.
So now it's a shift. I'm not knocking the shift, but in the same thing, I'm always one of those, okay, what if your leg go out? What if you don't make the team? What's your backup plan?
Right. And look, you know how your brother does it. You've been with me. We're not football U. Do you got the grades to play football? Because of course you got to be academically sound to play football, but you're not thinking of that. Or you're thinking about, you need a GPA. Hello. You need a GPA. Hey, Miss Sparks, you need a GPA to play football.
True.
The day is long gone where coaches, whether white or Black, are putting their careers on the line for a Vince Young. You
But
can
what do
play the
they
world
do?
out some football, but you can't read The Alchemist. Better yet, you probably can't even pronounce it.
But that's also for any other I don't want to say sport, but activity that may happen on a campus. Like, you have band. Band is just as rigorous
More
as a
so.
sport.
Right, more so. It is. I consider it a sport.
To
Really?
me, it is.
I consider it a sport because trust me, they have football practice, but you need to come holler at your boy who has one of the best bands in the land and watch how the Marching Storm conduct themselves in the summer. It reminds me of paramilitary activities, and I'm a Marine. So trust and believe that band. If you're a kid and you tell me, Mr. St. Clair, I'm interested in PV's band, I give you a hug, baby. Because I already know.
Now look, I went to Wilberforce. And most people, like I had to explain to them yesterday, they was like, what did y'all do in Wilberforce? That's so high. I said, hey, don't knock it till you try it. That 42 shuffle is real. And she was like, what are you talking about? I said, across the street is Central State. Central State got everything under the sun. They got band, football. Well, they lost their football team when I was there for like a couple of years. But anyway, my freshman year, oh my Jesus, I'm but dead serious. They marching band used to wake us up in the morning because I was like, oh, I said that's worse than the football team.
Right, but isn't it a beautiful sound though, Mo? When you hear them, hear that band, it's a beautiful
you hear that
sound.
band in the morning. You either know you stayed out too late or you woke up too early.
Right. So yeah, they don't understand that. That band, that's some seriousness. The girls dancing, the cheerleaders, that's work.
But
what?
That's a whole different type of work. But it's the first time I heard Prairie View band was at the State Fair Classic this year. The Prairie View Grambling game. When I tell you, I love, if we could ever get her on here, that would make my whole day.
You want me to holler at my girl TT? You want me to holler at my girl TT?
That MC does play no game. I was like, who is she? I was sitting there. I was like a groupie fan. All the way. I was like, let me give me a VIP pass. So I go down there. She brought it. Now I love. Trust me, I'm a diehard Southern fan. But when I heard her that day, I said, "Ooh, that'd be a good battle." PV
I see what I can do. That's my girl, TT on the mic. I see what I can do.
She ripped it. Like,
oh yeah.
She ripped it so much, and usually I walk around. I ain't gonna lie, that's my time. I walk around and see people I know or whatever. I sat there and watched the whole show like I was at a concert. And then they did that Into the Storm. I said, okay, Prairie View, I got a whole new respect for y'all. I can't wait to band season next year. I'm like ready, but they need to schedule that PV and Southern. That'd be a heck of a battle of the bands.
They don't need to They don't need to schedule it. We need to schedule it. You know that's what we do. In case y'all don't know, we do that too. Tell them, Mo. We do that too.
Yeah, we got them classics next year. I'm so scared but excited of what we are about to do.
Yeah.
At the same time, and I know that seems like, what are you scared for? It's scared because we growing and stuff is happening. We have some classics on the way that we can't really speak about, but just keep it on your radar.
Keep it on the radar. Keep it on the low.
We have some college tours.
Yes, indeed.
We have some college tours, real talk, coming from the West Coast. I'm like, we in these streets.
Yeah, so all our West Coast nieces and nephews, holler at your aunt, holler at Auntie Mo, Uncle Hayward. We gonna get you set up. So reach out to us. We got that going. For scheduling something.
If you are in California or Seattle and you are not being exposed to HBCUs like you should be, please respond to the link tree that's in the chat. Respond to the did I put the email in here? I thought I did. The B Project.
Yep.
Respond.
I don't think you put it in. Did you put it in there, Mo? I don't think you put it in there.
Bam, there it go. Either of those things. because like I know people here in San Antonio always ask me, well, how are you successful? You don't really go to the schools here that much. Why? I'm nationwide. I ain't got time to just concentrate on one area. We trying to get these kids in school everywhere. So
Everywhere.
we on the West Coast now. So
Mm-hmm.
holler at us if you need help with test prep, you need help with scholarships, you need help with just getting on the tour. The link is in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
We got you.
We got you.
So yeah, so we had
you.
a whole bunch of updates today. I didn't realize that we like haven't been talking to people at all. Then
Trying to make it do what it do.
We've been working. I'm sorry, y'all. I miss y'all too. But we have really been working hard, literally. But seriously, I know we came at y'all rather harsh at the beginning of the show. Get those applications in. Don't wait to the last minute because you might get a denial because you done waited too late.
Mm-hmm.
That nice, sir. That was me.
April 1st. Let's go. Families, let's go.
It
This
ain't
is
April
what you're
Fools.
trying to do. Right. Right. Look, how did our parents do us when we tried to put that April Fool joke on them? Don't be the fool.
Don't be the fool. You're going to be
Don't
late.
be the fool.
Don't get in school. You better get it together.
Don't be the fool.
So no, we are back. If you would like to be a guest on the show, drop us a line on the link tree or just send us an inbox message. Miss Sparks, my girl. What she say? I know she said something. If I can get it up. I love you too.
We love you too.
You don't know how much I love you, Miss Sparks. Because you help me when I be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not helping these kids no more. They don't want to do nothing. They want. Right. And she called me and she made my whole day. She was like, you ain't about to quit.
Yeah, we had our family talk too. So we had our family talk too. She keeps us on point, y'all. She's our family, so she keeps us on point. When y'all look, let's just say it, Mo. When y'all running us to raggedy death, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, y'all can't do that. Like seriously, guys, we got to do better. We do. We cannot have the mentality of showing up late and expecting great results.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm being dead serious. Y'all know I laugh, I play. I can't go to bat with you if you just filling out your application in January. Well, no, where we at? April, because March is already dead.
Yeah.
In April, and you've been knowing about you wanting to go to the school since September.
Mm-hmm.
Financial aid opens up October. Like, come on, we got to do better.
Here you go, devil's advocate, Mo. Here you go. And you still haven't taken your SAT, ACT. What do you expect me to do?
Facts. And they give you, all you got to do is sign up on College Board. I'm about to give you a little lesson. Sign up on College Board. Do it yourself. If your guidance counselor ain't doing it, holler at me. I'll help you out.
That's what we do. Holler at us. A closed mouth does not get fed. This is a family environment. Now, we're going to love on you and we're going to encourage you and motivate you. Now, you step out of line as family, we're going to fuss too. It's with love, but we're going to fuss. Definitely. But if you're trying to get to one of the 105, like I told a couple of students yesterday when I was in Austin, act like it.
Right. And don't be so ashamed. And this is one thing that it's been a constant battle. Don't go off of what you hear about a school. Ask somebody that actually experienced it,
man,
or went there.
Oh man, can I drop my dime on that, Mo? Can I drop my dime? I think I got some change. Hold on, I got some change. Listen. You know that irks me as a recruiter. Look here. Stop coming up to me or any of the other HBCU family recruiters talking about, ooh, I want to go to your school. I hear y'all party. Let me tell you something. No HBCU other than Howard, they're on the list, Mo. I'm going to send you that post. No HBCU wants to be infamous. And that's your homework. Define famous and infamous. No HBCU wants to be infamous for being a party school. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to take it to some specifics. Prairie View, again, we have a good time. We are one of the top 25 HBCUs in the country out of all 105. My average student GPA at Prairie View is a 3.3. We produce the top engineers in this region, the top nurses in this region, agriculturalists, and I produce, me, myself, and I, De La Soul, produce the most African-American architects in the nation, and that's out of the PWIs and HBCUs. So my nieces and nephews deserve to let their hair down, but they know come Monday, it's time for that 3.3 work. So don't get it twisted.
They didn't air that. And I wish I could pull that picture up because somebody posted, I don't know if it was on LinkedIn or even on Twitter. A lot of HBCUs had their honors convocations last week. And now you post everything else. You know, nothing bothers me more than when you're not celebrating our kids. Now you posted they did this at a party. You post they had this kind of raid. Where were the pictures at with all those kids? It was like standing room only. Honors kids.
Right. It looked like us.
It looked like us.
Right.
Nobody posted it on like the mainstream things or even on the news.
But let's post. You got a good baseball player, football player, basketball player though. Oh, did I go there? I'm so sorry. Was that me? Did I do that?
I mean, but like real talk, if all of us at different platforms that are different admins and we have access to those pictures, like I didn't have access to it, and then I went to go look for it again, I couldn't find it, and I got upset. But I was like, look at all those young kings and queens, they doing it. One girl, I think she had a 4 point something. I was like, I wish I had access to those pictures. Because what they think is
legs.
Exactly. They think because you go to a HBCU, you couldn't get in anywhere else. That's the mindset.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the mindset. And I argue with parents all the time about that. And I was like, for me, yeah, I could have went some places, but I would have been taking remedial classes forever because of the low GPA, because I just didn't like school back then.
And look, and let's expand on that. For those of them getting into PWI with these scholarships, y'all check and see if they really scholarships.
That part. You don't read the tiny print below to say, hey, you got to get this course before you get this course, before you even accept it as a student.
Or let's keep it very basic. You got a scholarship, but if you're going to Baylor and that's 50 stacks a year and you got a $50,000 scholarship, yeah, really?
Well, see, they didn't watch Miss Sparks. When Miss Sparks was on here and she broke it down.
They didn't pay no attention. They ain't pay attention to that.
If you missed it, go back and look at the financial aid episode. It's a long one, but when I tell you the information is key, it's even in one of the newsletters.
Yeah, primo information from our family member. Look, it's funny because they come up to me like they did something. Well, I got a scholarship to Baylor. I just laugh. Tell me how much it is. And if it ain't 100 something stacks, meaning all 4 of your years of cover, because that's what Baylor is hitting for per year, a minimum of 40, depending on what it is, maybe 35. Yeah, okay.
I'm willing to bet even some of those come with a clause.
Oh, they do.
And our kids, they so blinded by, it's a big name, it's on TV, it's on this. Okay, that's good. Not knocking you for having that.
Right.
But what's your backup plan when they get tired of you?
Did you really read what that scholarship entails?
Exactly. So, I mean, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. I'm glad you're choosing a school. I would prefer it be at HBCU so you can learn some culture that you probably never got in your life. But just saying, you gotta know how to do it.
And trust me, we're not running from. We know how slow our schools are. Trust me, we're not even trying to deflect. But again, that's part of your resilience and your patience. We know some of the errors and the fallacies. We do. Trust me, believe we're both products. Excuse me. But if the
Right,
work
because
is
we
there,
laughed about that yesterday at the luncheon. Like, we was
mm-hmm.
like, what was your hustle in school? I said, you don't even want to know. I said, I had that Foot Locker, had a hot plate, had probably every illegal cooking thing that you could have in the dorm. Thank God I didn't get no fines, and it's too late. I got my stuff. You can't find me now. But
Right.
but it's survival. You learn survival skills at HBCU.
You will. Skills that are needed. Because at this
Thank
day and age, these kids are being overindulged.
you.
And that's a
Hoodwinked
whole nother
and
pot. That's a whole nother broadcast there, Mo. They feel as if they owed something. And
true.
as my New Orleans family say, baby.
Facts.
they in for a rude awakening.
So who do you blame that on? Is that the parent or the child or the school?
Good question. Like everything else, it starts at. I wish we had some sound effects. We gotta get some sound effects, Mo. It starts at home.
It does.
It starts at home.
It starts at home. It does. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that I have to learn because I'm in a different space. You know what I mean? This is, they say it's the South. I call it Tex-Mex. This is Mexico. Might not come out right, but this is, not the South. This is Tex-Mex.
Right.
And a lot of principles and things that we grew up with, it's hard for them to understand. So,
and you know why? Their parents, our peers, because they're our age, aren't instilling that in them. We were raised that way, but for some kind of reason, that communication and how we were raised and what we're raising our children, totally devoid of it. Yeah, Ms. Sparks put in there, Baylor is 55 stacks per year. You the math with Mo, times 4. 55 times 4. What is that, Mo?
Oh, Lord, you got me timing. I'm about to ask Siri. Why you playing with me? I hate math. Sorry, kids. I'll push you in math, but I can't stand. Siri, what is 55,000 per year times 4? I know they like you giving Siri advertisement.
And you and Siri don't
even do it. Siri,
you and Siri don't get along.
I know, because Siri be telling me y'all. She be.
Yeah, I don't even know why you asked Siri.
I forgot you rode in the car with me when Siri was not cooperating.
So you got a scholarship to Baylor? Okay,
how much is it? 220,000. Okay.
So you got a full ride scholarship? Okay.
So the full ride scholarship really ain't a full ride scholarship because you still paying that money.
Well, now, for those that truly do get it, congrats. But again, this is what we do professionally, so we already know.
I can sit you one-on-one, but you got to be serious because my time is valuable and I hate wasting my time. That's a pet peeve of mine. You go on my Linktree, Calendly, give me a time. We can meet. I give you 45 minutes, and by the end of that call, I will have you apply to some things. But the thing that I can't stand the most, show up prepared.
Right.
Don't have me digging for stuff. You got to at least meet me halfway. That's why I'm so grateful for the families I have this year. Like those seniors this year, I love them. I'm going to hate when they graduate. When Layla graduate, I'm going to cry. I think I might just make Layla like an honorary board member. Because the girl is bad. Like she plays no game.
Right. $250,000. So let's think about that, Mo. You are in such a rush. And this is for our people who look down on HBCUs, most of which graduated from an HBCU. But I guess since you arrived a little bit, emphasis on a little bit, you don't want to send your kids back.
Arrived, or you think it's because they just like, their experience was so traumatic. They like, I don't want my kid to go through.
It's a combination. Let's just be honest. It's a combination. But still, again, here we go. Remember, we're back at that experience thing. Everybody's experience is different. You get out of it, just like in life, what you put into it.
True.
Now, it's
true.
So I hear you. If you had a parent that had a bad, let's just be honest. How many parents, and we're assuming this is speculation. How many parents can we speculate that actually graduated? Remember, not went. We always tell the kids it's a difference between went to an HBCU and
and
graduated.
graduate.
How
Facts.
many parents do we know that we think would actually talk bad about their HBCU if they graduated?
Now that puts a whole different perspective in it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things freshman week, I hope that they kind of took out the president's speech where they were like, look to your left, look to your right. The person next to you is not going to be sitting by you at graduation. That right there is one of the most derogative things that anybody can say.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-hmm.
in my life, my experience, I can't speak to nobody else. My experience, that was the reality. I looked to
Right.
looked to my left. On my left side was my best friend. She's, God bless her. So she didn't graduate. On the other side, like she left school, I want to say sophomore year. And then on the other side of me, was another one of my classmates who just, had a situation and they left. So if you training these freshman minds like that,
You're right.
to me, it's just not good.
Right.
So I hope they change that out of the freshman orientation week and come up with something better.
But again, like we said, it starts at home, Mo. If the right principles are instilled, that goes in one ear and out the other because you know what you're there to do. And that, and that leads to another question that I get asked often. What's the graduation rate of HBCUs or Prairie View? And I always ask students, I answer their question with a question because I know that question is purely coming from, not from them. It's something they were told or programmed to ask, or their parents want to know. And why their parents want to know, unless their parents graduated from a PWI, I can see. But the truth of the matter is, just like you just said, the graduation rates for HBCUs, and I bet you, let's just be honest, because we need to get that data to quantify it and qualify it.
I think I might have that data.
Won't be, in my opinion, won't be too dissimilar from PWIs, but I know I can only speak to our culture because I've done the research. Our graduation rates are lower because, just like you mentioned, life happens to Black folks. Because of the income disparity, Big Mama gets sick. You're the one that got to leave home to go take care of it. Doesn't mean you were a bad student.
You just have to take care of
responsibility. Right now, you have assumed grown people responsibilities. And so I tell students that all the time. Just because you might see and compare HBCU graduation rates and they differ dramatically from PWI graduation rates, that doesn't mean that the student was a bad student.
They just had a situation.
Life happens. Social economics happened. That's why.
That's true. So I totally agree with that. But in a sense, we just have to keep pushing and motivating them while they're there. So they'll stay there. Like that's one of the programs, and I love Miss Ruthie. She heads in our organization is she sends care package. Like we have that in our program to send a care package. You got to sign up for it. It's a deadline and all that. They have to do everything like that. And she sends care packages, every month to the kids. And that's why we honored Zoe at the beginning. Zoe was one of our kids that get care packages every month. And so it's like, we love our kids no matter where you are. We gonna make sure you're okay. But they just, I don't know, like we do whatever we can to keep them there.
Yeah, and that's part of the family moniker that we use and we broadcast so proudly. It is a family. And of course, like all family, it's going to be more good than bad, but the bad occasionally happens. You just got to weather the storm. That's what makes us more resilient than our people that graduated or went to a PWI.
Yeah, because most of them, and a sad statistic, they try to underline it and act like it doesn't exist. Most of the people that look like you and me don't make it past December at a PWI.
But it's cool because I get them coming back. I'm still interested in Prairie View. No problem. Come on. I don't judge. Some things you have to go out in life and experience. That's that word again. Experience yourself.
Well, or my grandmother used to say, boss sense is the best sense. I was like, Granny, I'm not a boss yet. What are you talking about? Boss sense is the best sense. And I'd be like, what is she talking about? And then my aunt, I'd be like, well, she just means experience is the best teacher. Why didn't she say that then?
Right. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to go. And I tell students all the time that wanted to go to an HBCU and we know the differences from employment status to numbers in offices compared to PWIs. And of course, and we know the financial disparities between PWIs and HBCUs. I mean, we could talk about that all day. Let's talk about what the state of Tennessee owes the HBCUs in Tennessee.
A big sum.
Yeah, so that's why you have the differences for the athletes, as we were talking about student athletes, in facilities. It's not that the HBCUs aren't trying, but if they're state, they share the money with the PWIs, and the PWIs, yeah. What does the state of Tennessee owe the black schools in Tennessee? Almost $500 million.
Facts.
And so let's just let's be messy. Let's put on our messy face right quick.
I'm not going there with you. I'm gonna let you put on your messy face. I'm petty, but you messy.
Let's just imagine we here in the great state of Texas. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm not going there with you. You're not acting right. You're gonna get me in trouble. You're gonna have my mentor come in. What was y'all doing today? I'm gonna say it was all Hayward's fault. I'm gonna blame it on you. I'm gonna throw you under the bus. I'm gonna say it was your fault. But no, seriously, the money is not appropriated. I guess that's the right word to say. Distributed correctly amongst educational institutions, and that has been going on forever.
Since before you and I went to an HBCU.
Exactly, and what I honestly feel attributes to that is we just been so happy with just getting a little bit that we get complacent.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, I was on a call this week, and I'm sorry, I can be a sharpshooter. But you know what? I'm not going to apologize for who I am. Enough of that. I'm going to call you on the carpet if I know you're doing something wrong, and you trying to act like you're doing something and you really not. And this to make a long story short, quit acting like we doing stuff here in San Antonio and we really aren't. Yesterday, we did something. And we have an action plan for the next event. That's doing something. But don't sit there and say, hey, we got this going on. We got that going on. The proof is in the pudding. What are you doing? Are you advocating? Are you sending kids places? Are you setting up programs for them? Are you doing something in the community? Not just your four corner sip that's for the adults. What are you doing for the youth is where I'm coming from. Like we have a tea party plan. I like to drink tea, but I'm not that type of girl to want to put on a big hat and put on a tea dress. But guess what? Take it for the team and do it.
That's going to be cool though. I can see that. That's going to be cool.
Our young people need those experiences.
Exactly.
We don't want them to show up at a tea party and they got everything out in God. One thing, Mr. Hayward, I told somebody at school this week. One thing, I love my dad. I'm a daddy's girl, diehard daddy's girl. He knows. I mean, it's sickening. But anyway, I am a diehard daddy's girl. That's probably why I act the way I act sometimes. And I look at people like they're crazy. Because I'm like, no, you can't act like my daddy. You might as well put next. But anyway, I don't like to put on a tea hat and eat crumpets and all that. But we don't want our young people to go out in the world where you might be on the HBCU campus. You might get invited to $100 plate tea party.
Right.
And not know how to act when you get there. Like once something happened to me this weekend, and oh my God, I love her to death. Our choir mom sent some pictures out to people. Oh my God, Miss Mama Gwen Brown. When I tell you, I cried like I was 2 years old because I was like, oh my God, me and my mom at a table. This had to be my freshman year. The banquet. And then I just started reflecting. I was like, how many $100 UNCF dinners did we eat at in college?
Right.
And some people didn't know inner, outer. They didn't know which fork was this.
We salad fork. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just because
we have to do that.
Just because you're from the hood, you don't always have to show people that's where you're from.
Right.
Get a touch of class. know how to do something. So when you show up at the table, you got them confused because you honoring and you doing your everything the correct way. That they like, wait a minute, look, this cultured Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Sorry,
Right.
I went on my tangent, but
No, you good, because again, that's what we gonna do. Yep.
so that's why we're doing the tea party. The tickets are $10. It's going to be pictures. It's going to be, just like a little miniature, like little gala for the little girls and their mom. It's called Queen and Princess's Tea Party. I need to find me an outfit. I need to find me an outfit and a big hat.
Where you gonna find a hat? That's the question.
I'm gonna have to send a bat signal to Detroit, tell them get me together.
Right. Mama, go in that closet, get one of them hats.
One of them church hats.
Look, you see the size, right? You see that, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And then our HBCU summer send-off, we're doing that again. That's dated for August 6th. So we have a lot of things happening, but we need everybody's support. Like yesterday, I was able to meet up with my friend Leon. Leon GSU all day. I was teasing him yesterday because he didn't have on a Grambling shirt.
Well,
First time he.
What do you have on?
He had a regular shirt. I said, thank you, G. I said, look, I beat you. I had on a Woo shirt and you didn't have on Graham, but he had a mask. So, he worse than me. Like how I love my school.
Mm-hmm.
He the same way.
Oh, all my trust me. I know all my Grambling family, baby. Woo! They asking for the gear now, Mo, and I'm like, it's coming. Hold on.
That's him. But
hold on.
We have to continue to create these events and create these things. Even if you can't do it by yourself as your nonprofit, I'm always game to team up with somebody. Like, hey, what can we do? We got to impact the neighborhood that we're in. Because, like you said, we don't want kids to show up to a college fair and I ain't never heard of that school. What does that mean?
Ooh, don't even take me there. Please don't take me there, Mo. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I mean,
I just got a headache. Don't do that. I just got a headache.
Well, you know me personally. I carry
I get. I get that. Let me tell you what irks me.
What happened?
Student come up to the table. Stand there, look at you. Look at the table, look at you. Look at the table, look at you. Here it comes. What is this? Ooh. What? And they are serious, Mo.
But see, your response and your attitude be so classic. Me, I just turn and act like I don't hear.
Well, see, right. So I
got selective hearing.
Trust me,
what is this? I got selective hearing.
So of course I have to be professional. And so I know, and see, this is what it took me my first couple of years as a recruiter, coming from a proprietary school system into the HBCU culture moons ago. I had to learn that quick. And I had to remember, especially as a parent, they honestly don't know because they weren't taught.
Exposed.
They weren't exposed. So I have to tell them, well, what this is this. Do you know where you're at? So again, I always follow a question up with a question. Or at least after I answer it, I ask them the question. Do you know where you're at? This is what this is. But yeah, that question, even though I know how to respond inside, I'm biting my own tongue.
I think the mask can save me because my face expression, somebody told me that the other day. They said, girl, you can look at a person and they just be like, oh. And honestly, guys, sometimes I have stuff going through my head that don't even deal with you. So I apologize if I have offended anybody I met in person. I am not a mean, mad person. I just be thinking about a lot. Got a lot on my plate. Sorry. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
That they will come at you like that. Like,
what is this? And what is this about? Those are the questions.
Well, you nice because I would have an attitude. I'm not gonna lie.
Remember, Mo, we just said it. They don't know.
And that's one thing. It starts at home.
It starts at home. Even in the home where the parents might not have gone to school, still, something should be there.
But you have exposure. Like you have, well, we can't blame it on it. That's why you and I do what we do. If your kid ain't exposed, introduce them to me, Mr. Hayward. We got college tours for the West Coast folks. If the West Coast folks will need us to do a seminar, get at me. Drop your link. Email me. My link tree is in the chat. And we do workshops. That's part of what we do.
We do chats. We do all of that. Our family member, Miss Sparks, keeps us on point with financial aid. So the information is out there. And again, we're starting from our West Coast kids. We doing this national, y'all, with these tours.
Exactly. So
we got to expose them. We got to.
And actually, I have a really close friend, she's Party Guru. They're from the West Coast, and they made me get the perspective. They're like, no, they're not lying. Like, they don't tell us anything. And so that was kind of like it's really not happening. So in all sincerity, if you need us, let us know. We don't know you need help unless you tell us.
Closed mouth.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
Mouth. Yeah.
So no, we just wanted to hop on today. I know we've been on hiatus. We'll be back on schedule now. But we will. I'm sorry. I needed a break. And plus I was doing a lot.
Right.
What you say? She done wrote a book. She done got, who is this?
That's what's up.
She done wrote a book. She done got, her notary upgraded. I've been doing a lot, but I miss you guys just as much as you miss me. But next week we will have a guest. He's an author. He was supposed to be on today, but I didn't follow through. I own it when I'm wrong. I didn't follow through, and I didn't follow up, and I hate pushing our guests for last minute because I want them to get the full audience base and things like that. So next week we will have a author. He's also a minister, which might be good. We need prayer over here.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So yes, I mean, that's what we up to. So we have in ABC Youth, we have the scholarship that is going live. The newsletter will be out tomorrow. I'm just gonna be honest. Have a couple more things I need to tweak. Oh, did I announce it?
What?
Yeah, I didn't announce it because I don't remember. We adopted a school.
Oh, really? Okay.
For prom attire. We're not just collecting dresses, but we want to get them the whole prom experience. So look out for that flyer too. We have a school and it's 4 nonprofits that's working together. We just want these kids to have the best of the best, the cream of the crop. We want them to have that experience. So that flyer will be in the newsletter. The information about is it Be a Part?
Projects.
B Project will be in the newsletter. That will tell you about the college tours. I'm so excited. When I go out of town, I'm gonna meet up with them. I ain't gonna say my secret location. I don't need everybody.
So yeah, we're excited. The first of many, and we're going to do it nationally. So as we grow, come grow with us. Our mission, getting exposure to our beloved HBCUs. So yep, let's get it.
So I am excited. We are back. We just had to hop on again. Condolences to the Robinson family. One of our young HBCU scholars from University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Condolences to the Robinson family. Look out for the scholarships. Look out for the newsletter. Most important, we nationwide. We got these trips going. Get at us.
Get at us.
So it's been real. We done been on here a whole hour. You didn't even notice.
Sure didn't, because we getting this good information. We talking family, so and that's what we do here. That's
True.
what
Facts.
we do.
So, I need to put this plug in. We have a Wilberforce alum. You like, she always shouting at her Wilberforce fan.
Do what you do. Do what you do.
His name is Valdez Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make this shirt. This shirt I got on today is exclusively HBCU. It's like my favorite.
We can't see it, Mo. You got to stand up or sit back. Okay, there you go. Okay.
This is exclusively, this is exclusively HBCU. But I always wear HBCU shirts everywhere I go, even when I travel. Even my backpack is an HBCU backpack. But Mr. Valdez Brown, graduate of Wilberforce, made these shirts for myself and my coworkers. When I tell you, it has Howard, Wilberforce in the middle, of course, because we special. And then it has Prairie View. But you know how I can think stuff, but I can't draw it out because that's just not me. When he brought that shirt to life, oh my Jesus. I said, this is my new favorite shirt. So I've been telling everybody about this shirt.
Right.
So it's on my page. And get at him if you need a shirt. He can bring it to life. And as we're going into graduation season, please look at Party Guru. You need them balloons. She fill up fast, but the work is quality. And also a Chicago Bite. I would love to thank them yesterday for their wonderful hospitality. Dr. Crystal Cross, like I started panicking because I got there early. You know, that's like epic for me. I got there before everybody got there. And it was like nobody there. So I put a picture on Facebook, like, where are my friends? I'm by myself. And then people just started coming, and the restaurant, all the tables were full. And I felt bad because she had like some regular customers. And I was like, do we need to get up? She's like, I don't know, they carry out. But it was a wonderful experience. I think the next thing on the HBCU, San Antonio HBCU network, they're doing a walk, like exercising. I might not be there, but I'm gonna try my hardest. You like it's exercising. Right. Look at me, think about it. I'll be there to pass out water. That's what I do.
As long as you're there. We need to expand that everywhere. So that's something I was actually thinking today when I was doing my road work on my bike. We need to start promoting that as well.
It's outside. You know how hot it is here?
It's good for you, Mo. It's good for you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, I pray about it.
Yeah, just pray about it. We'll rap about it later.
So yes, well, we are so glad that you joined us this Sunday on our little pop-up. You know, we just felt like we missed y'all and we had to come on. Next Sunday, we will have a guest in the real show, but today is just giving you updates, get some scholarship applications in, get those college applications in if you plan to go to school in September. Don't wait till August 30th and say, hey, I want to go to school. You might get in, you might not. That's like playing Russian roulette with your education. If they full, don't be mad. You're on the waiting list.
Right. So come on, be proactive, not reactive.
Facts. Say it again.
Be proactive, not reactive. Good night, Miss Sparks. She told us good evening. Miss Sparks got 30 on your tea party, Mo. We love Miss Sparks.
I love her. That's why she my fave. Mm-hmm. She get me together. She like my bonus mom. Have a good evening. And thank you for that, Miss Sparks. But no, she is like my she get me together and she always know when. Like, can you call me? I'm like, was she here? What did I give in my voice? What kind of face was I making? But yeah, so
that's our family right there. Repping that New York. We got them we gonna get them tours ready for our East Coast kids too. So
I can't wait. I'll go on those as long as it ain't no bus. Can I fly? Because I can't sit on the bus. That's like busting.
That's we got that fit. Remember, we got past that, Mo. We got that part together. We got that part together.
You remember the movie Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor?
Yeah.
That's what I would think of if you put me on a college tour.
Right. Or Spike Lee's movie when they went to the Million Man March when that bus broke down. Yeah, I know. No, we got that taken care of. As you see, and then we gone.
Thank you, because my nerves just went bad when you said bus. I'm like, Right. And then I flashed back to choir tours when we would get on the bus.
Right. So we good.
Right,
yes, so Premier Heritage 105 is coming. Ooh. All right, the family gets their uniform.
You said what now? I was telling the family.
All the family gets their uniforms. So we got to get everybody's sizes. We got to get the family sizes.
You can't depend on my size. My size go up and down every day.
Oh my God.
Man. I was looking at a picture yesterday. I said, dang, I'll be doing all these exercises. And then I still buy my clothes big like I'm that size. It's mental. I get over it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's mental. It's mental.
All right. So, guys, it's been real. We will chat with y'all on next Sunday, same time. I had to think if I'm going to be out of town. Same place, same time, same place.
We'll see you later. 1